Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. Today we're back with the High Elves, going to be taking a look at a viewer-submitted replay between them and the good old Greenskins, under the banner of the Bloody Hands, actually, with the Wurzag leading the way. And since this is a non-Alarial healing death blob army, I figured you guys would want to see this. We've got TYRION on horseback here, plenty of spearmen, some archers and some swordmasters. We've also got one TIRANOC chariot, a mage Lore of Heavens also on a chariot. It looks like she's got Curse of the Midnight Wind and Wind Blast. Very good stuff. We've also got a couple Reaver archers and a Flamespire Phoenix. For the Greenskins, got a couple of Night Goblins and some Goblins. Lots of Orc Biggins. Lots and lots of Orc Biggins. Yeah, then we've got Savage Orc Airboys, Rusty Airs, Wurzag, of course, leading the way, some Black Orcs with some chevrons, so yeah. Obviously, the High Elves do have a bit of a skirmish advantage here. The Savage Orcs and the Rusty Airs are going to come forward and try and respond here, but Chariot's also operating over on this side, obviously wanting to stay out of range of the big boss there, but potentially able to get some good charges in here, so we'll see. The Reaver archers so far haven't got too much work done, but again, just kind of hanging around near this vicinity here. Should be able to force the Greenskin player to advance. And we'll see. Looks like these Night Goblins have been discovered. They might make a good target for those Illyrian Reaver archer arrows. But we'll see. Both players just kind of playing very patiently at this point. And you can see the Savage Orc Airboys are going to get in a range to open up shots. The Flamespire Phoenix only has 30 armor to begin with, so these guys with their pretty good missile damage will actually be able to put a number. Orc Airboys have really nice AP values in general. 6 AP per shot is actually pretty good. But you can see a quick charge by the Flamespire Phoenix, able to do a little bit of damage here. And the Reaver's also on station to fire in, but likewise the Orc firing line is going to respond there as well. Meanwhile, over here, the Chariot's starting to punch through, do some damage. Obviously, against the light Night Goblins, they will be able to do quite a bit, but even against these Black Orcs here, if they're able to get them isolated, they can come in for a pretty good charge. Decent Wind Blast there. Doesn't do the most to Orc Biggins because of their heavier mass, and they have a little bit of armor, but yeah. See the TIRANOC chariots charging in. They're able to do a little bit to these Black Orcs, especially because the Black Orcs are on the move and they're not braced. It's much easier for the TIRANOC chariot to pull through. Able to get a little bit of cheeky early damage in. Meanwhile, over here, you can see the Greenskin player realizing he does need to advance his infantry, starting to push up across the field, and the Rusty Airs and the Night Goblin archers just securing the back line against those Reavers. But over here, it looks like Curse the Midnight Wind just to debuff these Black Orcs, lower their armor a little bit so that the chariot charges will be more effective. I actually like that synergy quite a bit, using that Curse the Midnight Wind with the chariots. You can see those Black Orcs are taking some pretty severe damage, all things considered. The Goblin Big Boss does come in to get at that Flamespire Phoenix. He's going to be able to do a little bit of damage, but obviously he's being debuffed as well. Looks like he might have a sort of anti-heroes popped as well, and Slippery, so he'll be able to do some good damage. The Phoenix does squeak back up into the air, but yeah, these TIRANOC chariots are going to need to pull away from those Black Orcs as soon as they can, obviously. Don't want to just stand and fight, but they have done some really good damage so far. So High Elves definitely getting the better of the kind of skirmish phase of this battle, certainly. These Reaver archers over here being reactivated now, so yeah, we'll see. We do have these archers able to fire units that come into range as well. And again, the archers for the Greenskins just being used to fend off the Reavers in the back line. This is obviously very good idea. Doesn't want these guys kind of harassing his back line, and he's not really too worried. The Savage Orc Airboys honestly are decent enough in melee that the Reavers won't be able to do too much. It looks like they were coming in for an interruption charge, but Wurzag actually blows one of the FG to get charges there, which I definitely understand why he used it, but it is a bit unfortunate to blow one of those FG to get charges so early on, just because they do have limited charges. But you can see here the overwhelming Daka is going to finish off these Reaver archers before they can even really get involved here. The TIRANOC chariots are on station, but oh man, that's also going to hurt the Phoenix quite a bit. Fists of Gork on those Savage Orc Airboys, so they'll just be able to go to Pound Town, and that Flamespire Phoenix not going to be able to do too much. Meanwhile, over here, a bit of Miss Micro on the Heavens Mage, able to get caught by Orc Biggins and taken down. Mainline engagement just about to get underway here. TYRION was doing a bit of line breaking here first. Now he's going to charge back through his own lines here. Archers picking off a few of those Biggins as they advance. But yeah, they are going to get in here eventually. Meanwhile, in the back line of the Greenskins, you can see they're doing a pretty good job securing. Wa now being popped as the mainline forces are about to engage here, so looks like we're going to get Sunfang in here as well, just ripping through this Greenskin line. We'll do quite a bit of damage to those biggins. But likewise, they're just going to be taking those spearmen to absolute pound town. They're up to, what, 71 melee attack? So, yeah, they're going to be doing quite well. TYRION comes in with Feint and Riposte in the front line, but in the back line, the Reaver Archers have mostly been dealt with. The TIRANOC Chariots were able to escape, and it looks like the Heavens Mage did recover her leadership, so she's coming back as well. Phoenix is also coming back to the main fight, so everyone kind of pushing back towards the High Elf and Greenskin main line as this just absolute melee ensues. You can see the High Elves have formed up a little bit of a defensive position, able to secure most of their units here. The Archers are able to fire in now and get some good damage done. Biggins, of course, don't have shields, so no missile block chance for them. A very nice rear charge by that TIRANOC Chariot as well. And here comes the Phoenix for the bombing run. Good old Flaming Phoenix Feces going to be dropped right on top of the Greenskin heads here. We'll blow up some biggins for sure. But you can see already some of the High Elves being routed off in the front line. TYRION trying to resecure as the Goblin Big Boss chases them away. He'll be able to do a number on that Goblin Big Boss, no problem. Tyrion's just one of the best duelists in the game right now, so shouldn't be a big issue. Phoenix comes to drop a quick Terror Bomb on this side. Should be able to terrify away a lot of these Goblins and even the Biggins. Another nice charge here by the Heavens Mage, and another Curse of the Midnight Wind as well, just to debuff the melee attack and armor of these units. And yeah, once again, going to be following up with the Chariots. Very nice synergy there. And at this point, things are looking pretty good for the High Elves. Granted, there are still some scary forces. Wurzag's still relatively healthy. The firing line's still relatively healthy. There are plenty of Black Orcs on station as well. So we'll see. These Swordmasters, though, able to hold the front line. And it looks like the High Elves are going to kind of re-secure here and start to form up a second line. So yeah, TYRION helping to chase off the remaining Biggins there. So we'll see. It's definitely still anyone's game, but it's going to be pretty close in the late game here. We'll fast forward a little bit as these guys kind of reform their lines, and we'll prepare for the next phase of the battle here. FG to get being dropped to finish off this TIRANOC Chariot here, and it does indeed get finished off. So no more Chariot play, at least for the TIRANOC Chariot. We do still have the Heavens Mage, of course, going to be charging in. Oh, just pushing straight through to the back line, looks like. Sunfang, or no, Wind Blast just ripping through those Rusty Airs. Man, that was absolutely brutal. Likewise, though, that Heavens Mage is going to be caught and probably taken down by Wurzag. Looks like she is able to maybe escape there. Oh, she's down only 240 HP, so it's unlikely. But Tyrion's coming through. He should be able to beat down Wurzag, no problem. Maybe. If he can start getting some attacks in. He gets a nice thrust there. You can see it does quite a bit of damage, and the Phoenix goes into the back line to try and finish off those archers there. It does look like the Heavens Mage got taken down, unfortunately, so that's a bit unfortunate, but the balance power is starting to creep ever so slightly in the High Elves' favor, as this Phoenix is very, very scary, and the Greenskins are going to start to lose out on some of their leadership as well, as Wurzag starts to take more damage. The Phoenix comes in to also put a number on Wurzag. You can see a very good hit there, actually terrifies him away. That is going to put a very big dent in the balance power. Another excellent Sunfang going to be ripping through the back line, doing a ton of damage to those Savage Orcs. Oh man, that was brutal, absolutely brutal Sunfang there. So good stuff. That pretty much is going to secure the win for the High Elves at this point. TYRION, 35 kills. I would have expected maybe a little bit more from those Sunfangs, but still very good stuff. He's going to get in here and make sure Wurzag doesn't come back. Meanwhile, the last of the Black Orcs fighting in the center here. They're surrounded by Swordmasters. They've got this Phoenix diving on them, so yeah, they're not too long for this world, but they are going to fight for a bit longer here. Ooh, nice hit by that Swordmaster there. And that's pretty much going to be it. You can see the Black Orcs still barely holding on to their leadership, but just about to give up the fight to critical army losses. Maybe. Maybe not, actually. Quite a few of these Greenskin forces are now rallying, but TYRION manages to come get a couple more hits on Wurzag, and that's going to be pretty much all she wrote. So, yep, Wurzag gets routed there, and the Black Orcs are just about to give up the fight now. Yeah, Wurzag actually probably going to get finished off by TYRION. But, yeah, these Biggins going to try and advance here. get picked off. A few of them get picked off there by the volley of high elf arrows, and that should be it. Boys are going to run for the hills. You can see a few more black orcs getting cut down there by the swordmasters, and that'll be game. So very well played to both players. Big thanks to Attic for submitting that one. Definitely a super fun battle and a pretty good showcase of how you can kind of use that disruption to break up what is a very scary Greenskin advance. Definitely, you know, Wurzag buffing up this many biggins plus the Black Orcs can be a very scary situation, but Attic able to use the chariots in a very effective kind of skirmish role, hit and run, get some initial cheeky damage on those Black Orcs. And even though the Reaver Archers didn't do a whole lot in terms of raw kills, the fact they were able to keep that firing line bogged up while the main line engagement was happening definitely is pretty advantageous. 162 kills on those Swordmasters, also not bad at all. I really like the pick of the Heavens Mage actually on the Chariot. She can do a ton of damage just charging around, and with Wind Blast, you can see some of the High Elf Spearmen also did pretty well also. Yeah, Swordmasters. Sometimes they can be a bit of a risky pick here, but bringing at least one, I think, is actually a pretty safe pick just to hold off some of the lower tier Greenskin infantry. They will get beat down by buffed up Black Orcs, but there's not a lot you can do about that anyway, other than just to avoid that engagement. But yeah, these Black Orcs, unfortunately, they did get some good work done despite everything, but some very good kind of shock damage charges. From the Chariots is one of the better ways to deal with a very high damage unit like that. You don't necessarily want to sit and fight them in melee, but shock units or ranged units definitely can get the work done. So again, big thanks for submitting. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.